guys and girls, and welcome to the SPL Scizor draft tier list video. The fine people of the SPL, the new Pokemon Draft League of PokeAim and King. They did a tier list for them to rank the teams, and since I already did that for like other leagues in the past, I thought, let's whip it up again and let's talk about some drafts and what I think about them and if I like them or not. So that's what this video is going to be all about. If you're asking why is this guy qualified to talk about drafts, well, first of all, do you see this hat? Do you see the hat? Second of all, it's a goddamn tier list. Everyone's qualified to do anything. And most importantly all, I have 8 years experience in Draft League. I was thinking about it, I might actually be in the community the one with the longest running Draft League career, because I was not the first people to Draft League, but I don't know anyone back in the day who was part of a Draft League who's still doing it now and didn't have a break in between. I might be the only one actually, and I think I'm actually quite impressed with myself. So I used it just as flex a little. There's some, of course, doesn't mean that I'm like an expert in League, but I do it a lot. I did it for a long time. So that's why I have my style in drafting, and now we'll see if I like these drafts or not. And let's just go. I actually, disclaimer, I recorded this already. It was around an hour long, and the audio failed. So I already know what I think about these teams, and I'm basically just recapping what I said there. But this time, I'm gonna be mad because I lost all this footage, and I'm gonna be no holds barred. If I don't, I'm not gonna try to hurt anyone's feelings. I'm just talking about the drafts. I'm not talking about the coaches. I mean, I will talk about the coaches, but I'm not ranking the coaches themselves. I'm just ranking the mons they picked, and if I like them or not, and for which reasons I don't like them, or for which reason I like them. So even if I might use harsh language, I'm not dissing you personally. You're a great guy or girl or whatever. So let's go. First of all, Bullet Punch Club, Uzi, Great Tusk, Empoleon, Weavile, Kilowatt, Skeleton, Chimchargers, Gallades, these are the mons on the screen we see right here, and god damn it, this is a slideshow, and let's go again. Let's do this. There we go. Let's stop. No, never mind. Okay, this is like I leave this in. This is madness now. We leave this in. Bullet Punch Club. I already got all the mods. Let's go. So, what I like to talk about first are the cores. Fairy Dragon Steel, Fire Water Grass. Fairy Dragon Steel. We got Empoleon as a steel. We got Dragalge as a dragon. We got Gardevoir as a fairy. Decent core. Nothing top tier super crazy, but good for sure. And Fire Water Grass, we got Empoleon as a water, we got Shaman as a grass, and we got Scizor as a fire core. That is a top tier Fire Water Grass core, so cannot complain there. Then I would like to look at hazards. What are the hazards options and hazard removal options? We got Great Tusk with rocks, Empoleon with rocks, Dragalge with T-Spikes, I think, Sudowoodo with rocks. So decent enough option, not amazing, but good for sure. Removal option, Tusk with Rapid Spin, Cryogonal with Rapid Spin. There we go. It's a little bit, not as much, just gotta be forced to run Rapid Spin a lot, but be it a defensive or offensive set, both sets like Rapid Spin, because even if you're offensive, you get like the speed boost and are bigger threat, so it's better than being forced to run Stealth Rock on Tusk all the time, but Rapid Spin on Tusk all the time is not that bad, so not too bad there. Then looking at speed tiers, we have Kilowatt, which is a fast boy, and Weavile, which is a fast boy, of course, and then it drops down to Cryogonal Shaman shenanigans, right? So quite a big gap there. I don't know if anything can be used there. I don't know if they play level 50 to level 100. That kind of depends there. Then standard types which are missing or potentially not there. Ground Poison, very important. Toxic Spikes is there in Dragalge. A Dark type to be immune to stored power shenanigans sweeps is there in Weavile. So very nice there. The fairy is not that bulky. Usually I like more bulky fairies. If the fairy is not that bulky, that means you're probably maybe weak to dark or fighting. So let's check that real quick. Dark resists Tusk. Weavile is not really resist, so I don't count that. But there's Tusk there, which is pretty good as a dark resist. Then fighting resist is Kilowatt, Dragalge. That's it. So it might be a little bit weak to fighting. We can go from there. But that's basically squad. Then let's see how many ground immunities, because Earthquake is pretty spammable, potentially some teams as well. Kilowatt and the Cryogonal. A little bit weak to that because you don't want your ground immunities weak to rock, because Edgequake is pretty common coverage. So that could potentially be a problem for that team. Then Terra Captains, last but not least, Kilowatt, just very nice Terra Captain overall. Mount really showed at first how strong that is, and then a lot of people do the same thing. Like that a lot. Then Carragonal is decent as well as a Terra Captain. I can see it doing stuff. Mainly Kilowatt is probably the main one to come to most matches. And then Sudowoodo, I mean, it's a 1-point mon, so yeah, why not Terra it if you have the points, but not really counting that for anything. In general, I think that's a good team. Has some flaws, but every team has some flaws. But yeah, that's the team I could see drafting myself. It's here. Basically, for your explanation, I know it's written here in good, really good, top tier, and absolute top tier. Absolute top tier, there's no one's gonna end up here. This is like the perfect draft, which you're never gonna have, but you're insanely lucky. Top tier, these are very good teams. These are teams I would be excited to use. Like, please give me this team to use. Really good at teams. I would be fine with using that team. That sounds good. These are the bad teams. They are like, okay, I need to make some transactions to make that work for me. And D tier, these are like this is I hate the monster here. This is, if you end up here, I hate your team. There's no saving it. Don't give me that team. You use it, have fun with it, but please don't force me to use it. Basically, that's the idea there. Then next up, Curran, Haxorus, and Leo. Today's series in Inferno, Mammothman, Screamtail, Scizor, Quagsire, Tinkerton, Haxorus, Berry, Tinkerton, Magneton. Course. Let's look at them first. Screamtail is a fairy. Tinkerton is a fairy and a steel. Haxorus is a dragon. Decent core there. Then fire is Inferno, water is Quagsire, grass is Decidueye. Quagsire is a water is kind of iffy, because it doesn't resist ice that way, and usually bulky waters you won't resist ice, but we can check later if that makes them ice weak. Let's check right now. Other ice resists are Inferno, Mammothman with thick fat, Tinkerton, Magneton. So good amount of ice resist still, so not that big a problem for that squad. Then speed tiers. Today's Siren is a fast boy. And then it goes down to Infernape and Screamtail, and then Haxorus, Shenanigans, Boom Bang Boom. I usually only focus on the top end of the speed tiering because on the lower end it's not that important. The offensive mons you want to force to speed creep, and they usually speed creep in the higher because they end up being faster themselves. Then let's look at the other things. Hazards, Mammothman rocks, Screamtail rocks, Tinkerton rocks, Quagsire rocks, and Spikes. Toxic Spikes maybe as well, actually not sure about that. Grounded Poison and Dark type are there in Skuntank. Yeah, looks pretty fine to me. Anything I dislike a lot? No. Ground Immunities is Bravery only. And once again, it's weak to Edge. So that's something I would want. Like today's Siren is of course there, but that's weak to Rock as well. Like that's why I like some levitating mons which are not weak to Rock, something like that. Or like a Corviknight, which is a flying type, which is not weak to Rock. So something like that I enjoy on teams as well. So that's like kind of an issue potentially maybe. What else do we look at? Terra mons, Bravery. Can be fun. Magneton I like a lot with the Terra typings. The ground is awesome to trap the steel type to kill them. Grass, of course, to patch up the ground weakness, and electric, you'll assume it has to be one stab. Bravery can do things, not really sure. Magneton is probably going to be the main Terra mon, if I would have to guess, but Bravery is a good mon to have with Terra. It's fine. It's not insane, but it's fine. It's not. I don't disagree with it. So yeah, overall, that's a good team. That's a good team. In terms of this thing, that's a really good team. This is fine. This is fine. We have Killer Access. There we go. Yeah, oh wait, hazard removal. Hazard removal. I didn't talk about hazard removal. Defog Decidueye. Defog Bravery. That's not that great. So yeah, would love to have like some better removal there. Because that way you're basically forced to bring one of them at least, and if you bring Bravery, it's probably gonna be the Terramon. So yeah, I would love to have some more options there, or some higher quality options, which you don't mind bringing every week. Something like, for example, Great Tusk, great example. You don't mind bringing Great Tusk every week, because it's a Great Tusk, it's very nice. These ones, there might be matchups where you're like, okay, I don't really want to bring them, but I don't want to bring no hazard removal either, and then you decide to bring it either way, but it was a kind of iffy set where some other one would have been better. Basically, that's my gripe with that. Next up, Copenhagen Gallades, Thomas, Excalibur, Scleros, Stalking, Glisco, Zero, Zuma, Italian, Raichu, Paldeon, Taurus, Blaze, Alone, Centuries, Private Fortress. Good amount of mons there. Let's go with the course. We got Bax as a dragon, we got Zuma as a fairy, we got Fortress as a steel, Alone, Centuries as a steel. Decent steel types. Like, the Fortress is nice, Alone, Centuries, of course, is not great, but it's not the only one. Fire, water, grass. We have the root grass, Azumel, water. Big fan of Azumel, by the way. And as a grass type, is it a grass type? Did I miss something? The root, of course. The root. Fire type is missing, right? No, but blaze. Okay, there are fire types. Okay, so here's the course. Course are there. Then hazard removal shenanigans, we got Fortress and Sandslash. 2 rapid spinners. Sandslash, of course, with the potential snow from the Gallades Slowking. Chili Reception, pretty nice. Love that, having that as a Terra Captain. Raichu, great Terra Captain as well. It's like the standard, like, pick a fast electric, give it Terra Ice, and you're good to go. So not really too creative, but it works. It works for a lot of mons. Be it Jolteon, be it Electrode, be it Electricity. That's a thing which is proven to working. So I can see that. And Pyro, it's getting up there in popularity. I mean, it's still only 3.1 in this league, but I'm not on the Pyro hype train. But it's, like I said, it's 3 points. Like, who knows what else better you can get for 3 points, so it's fine. Italian, a secondary water to a Zoomeril, so an offensive water plus a bulky water. I like that he gets both. Only Italian I would have said that's bad, but with both that's fine. Let's see, speed tiers. The Root is 105, Raichu is 110. Rather slow team. Like, it's really relying on like Scarfers and Sandslash in the snow to be fast. So priority is Gallagher Ice Shard, Zoomeril Aqua Jet, so it's a good amount of priority. It's fair amount. Nothing too scary. Then typings we are missing. Do we see Grounded Poison? We do see Galarian Slowking. Do we see a Dark type? We do in the Root. Anything else that is missing? Not really. Hazards are there on Gliscor and the Fortress. And Lone Sensor, of course. So the speed tiers are a bit iffy for me. Other than that, I think that team can do some stuff. I would love having more like heavy hitters to get a combination with Galarian Slowking. What I do with Galarian Slowking is you obviously want to chili out and then get into like the big threatening mon. Excalibur fits that role, for example. It takes advantage of the snow as well, but not really anything else. Barring you put like a band or specs on it, but like I said, enough like the Root, Azumarill, of course, they're pretty strong. Azumarill maybe fits that role as well, to be fair. But I would love to like have something, the second one where I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh shit, what do I switch in? With Excalibur I have that, but with other mons don't vibe in that regard. They're only like, yeah, okay, they do stuff, they're offensive, but it's not like, oh shit, it's a Bax. And yeah, anything else? Anything? Let's see, ground immunities, Gliscor. I guess a good example. Immune to rocks, not immune to ground, not weak to rocks. So that's a good ground immunity there. We love to see that. Yeah, the speed tiers are Italian is fast. Never mind, there's an Italian. Didn't see that. There's an Italian. He is fast. So that's a decent team. Cannot hate too much on that. What do anything else I miss? No, I don't think that's a good team. That's decent. That's like, I'm not too excited to use it. But it's fine. It's fine. I would use it. I would not complain. Next up, we got... Wait, where we are? Wait. Oh, there we go. Click. Next up, Teacher Steering, Seabat, my boy Chase, with the Iron Bundle, Ogapon, Half-Flame, Mask, Donphan, Lucario, V-Gold, Grimstar, Hydreigon, Ditto, Persian, Hilsoon, Quillfish. Let's look at the course. Dragon, hello? Hydreigon, there we go. Hydreigon, Fairy is Grimmsnarl, and the Steel type is Lucario. Ooh, Lucario, another... I would love to have a secondary more bulky Steel type to Lucario. Only Lucario Steel's kind of is iffy. Then Fire, Water, Grass, Iron Bundle is Water. Is there secondary bulky Water? No, only offensive Water. Okay, I don't like that as well. And then Grass and Fire on Ogapon. Yes. Okay, so there's it. And then Ground Poison, we have a Quillfish, Dark type, we have a lot of Dark types actually. 3 Dark types? Okay, this might be a Fairy weak team with Lucario as well. Let's see. Ogapon is a Fairy resist. That's it. Everything is either weak to Fairy or neutral to Fairy. So this is a Fairy weak team. No good Fairy switch-ins, barring Ogapon. So that's definitely a problem. Then let's see, so many Dark types, maybe Fighting weak as well. What are your Fighting resists? Vikavolt. Grass is a premier Fighting resist, so I think he might be fine with that. And Bug resist. Theoretically Lucario, but I don't really want to count as a resistance Lucario. Vikavolt, yes. That's it. So Bug and Fairy actually pretty big problem for the team. Then other than that, hazards options. We got Donphan, Rapid Spin Stealth Rock. We got Quillfish with other hazards. So yeah, Donphan is gonna be rapid spinning a lot. That thing is gonna spin around the whole season. There's like no stopping the Donphan carousel. That thing is gonna spin around the whole time. I can see that. Speed tiers, Iron Bundle is a fast boy, Agapon, then drops down to Hydreigon, it seems, Lucario shenanigans. So I would love a little bit more in the barely over 100 range, like something below Iron Bundle and 100 base speed. Persian is there, for example, but it's a Persian, like, let's chill out, it's a Persian. Not really gonna come to a lot of matches. The Terra Captains, I like the Vikavolt. Vikavolt as Terra Captain can be fun, I can definitely see that doing shenanigans. Persian is a Persian, it's 1 point, it's probably just something he has left over. Swing Quillfish late in the draft, very important to still get that. But triple Dark type I think can be, with the Fairy weak and stuff like that, can be definitely a problem. The Grass is Ogrepawn, which doesn't resist ground. Usually Grass types are there to resist ground. So what ground resist does he have? Vikavolt, but that's weak to rocks. I already talked about that. Cresselia, there's going to be a lot of defensive pressure on Cresselia. So get rid of his Dark type and get a secondary Steel type, and we can talk about a decent team. But as is, it's here. I don't want to use this much. But a few trades, we can see this team doing stuff. Next up, LA Wakers, Enjoy, Dragapult, Quavel, Chotara, Clefable, Heatran, Elzef, Overquill, Thunder, Styrian, Appleton, Graphite, Chimecho. I remember from my first video, this is like, I love the cores on this team. Fire Dragon Steel, Dragapult, Clefable, Heatran. Mwah! Top tier Fire Dragon Steel core. Then Firewater Grass, Quavel, Chotara, and Heatran. Mwah! Love that core. Love that core. Then let's look at the other things. We got speed tiers in Dragapult, very quick boy. Then Azelf, Thunderspherian, Grafai in this over 100 range, and yeah, pretty good there. Hazard options, Tatera can do rock shenanigans, Clay can do rock shenanigans, Heatran can rock shenanigans, Azelf can rock shenanigans. A lot of rock shenanigans. Are there other shenanigans? Yeah, Overquill has other shenanigans, so yeah, we're fine there. Hazard removal, Quavel is spinning. The Quavel is spinning. Only Quavel is spinning? Is there anything else? So this is a boots team. So this is gonna be boots. All the boots. Boots on that, we have boots. We don't care about hazards, we have boots. This is a boots team. Which, I mean, I would love to have more hazard removal on that. Yeah, what can you do? Ground poisons there, an Overquill, Dark is there, an Overquill. Secondary poisoning, Graphite as well. I mean, it's fine. A lot of double typings, like in second, 2 poison types, 2 grass types, 2 dragon types. Is there anything type which is missing due to that? There is no... Oh, there's a fighting type in Quavel. Electric, Thunderous. Is any typing missing? Normal? I mean, I don't mind normal is missing. Graphite is the normal, so it's not missing really. Is anything missing? No, I don't think so. Look, ground immunities, we have Azelf, Thunderous, Appleton is a good resist. There we go. That's, and Totara, of course, as well. I think this looks like a fun team. The Terra Captains, I love the Terra Captain with Shell Smash. Very nice. Appleton can definitely do stuff with some other typings. Thickfat with Steel type sounds very fun. And Chimecho, I mean, it's a 1.1, but levitating Psychic type with Fairy, like Cresselia or something like that. Sounds like fun. That can do some shenanigans as well. This, I think, this is the team I would be excited to use. Like I said, a bit lacking in the hazard removal area, because Quavel is only spinner, and you don't really want to run Rapid Spin on Quavel that often. So it's not like it's the standard set which you find bringing as well. So this is like something which is missing, but I like the rest so much. So it would be, if I could, I would put it here in between, like top tier and really good. But if I would have to decide one of the two, I think it's more top tier. So I put it here. Next up, Military Mimikyus with Whiz. We got Annihilate, Tinglu, Covenant, Dragonite, Jolteon, Glimmer, Morouge, Rebombi, Basculin, Cypher, Crocala, Croak. Little Skeledirge. So, course. Steel, Covenant, Dragonite, awesome. Fairy, Rebombi, not as often, awesome. It's like good offensively, decent offensively, but bulky, meh. Then, Water, Fire, Grass. We got Water. Is Basculin the only water type? Am I missing something? Oh damn. Okay, Fire type. Amarouge and Coca-Cola, and then Grass non-existent? Okay, that's a problem. Okay, we can talk about this later with typings, potentially. Then hazard options. Rocks, Tinglu, Rocks, Shenanigans, Corviknight, D4, Glimmerer, all the hazards and Mortal Spin, so I think it's good on that regard. And then Speed tiers, Fast Boy Jolteon, Ribombee Fast, Cypher is at 105, but the Scyther is not gonna come that much. Yeah, I would love something like in the close to 100 range, something around Cypher, which is like a bit more high quality than a Cypher. But what can you do? I love Cypher, I love the design, but it's still a Cypher, we have to be realistic here. So yeah, typing, Ground Poison is there, Dark type is there as well. So, due to no Grass type, that usually means weak to water, weak to ground. Water switch-ins exist in Dragonite, Basculin. That's it. So yeah, if the opposing has a Scalder, I don't think Dragonite wants to switch into a whole lot. And obviously Basculin is a Basculin. It's a 3-point mon. With Terra, adaptability doesn't work with Terra like many people think maybe. So it's a bit worse there. Krakola I could see as Terramon, it's basically baby Skeletor, Terra Fairy makes sense. Jolteon, like I mentioned, standard, fast electric type, slap Terra Ice on that and that thing's gonna run fine. So, yeah, and then let's say ground with no grass, with Corviknight, which is a good ground immunity. And Ribombee and Cypher. Ugh. Ugh. So if Corviknight's gone, you just click Earthquake as this team basically. Yeah. You just basically do that. So not a fan of that for sure. Not a fan of that for sure. What else? Fairy means him probably weak to Dark or Fighting. Dark resist are Tinglu, other than Romy. And Tinglu is a pretty good Dark resist to be fair, so I might be fine there. Then Fighting, we got Immunity and Annihilate, resisted Dragonite, resisted Rouge, resisted Scyther. Could be fine as well, to be honest. Could be. But Dragonite, you don't want to... Dragonite is like as a fighting resist, and if you have to use that as like your resist to these moves, you don't really want to switch it in. You want to keep the multi-scale intact to like do like weird shenanigans. You don't have that broken to like just to switch into like a Surf, because nothing else wants to switch into a Surf on something. Yeah, so I think I'm not liking this team. This is like, it's not like I don't hate it. I think with a few transactions it can be saved, because I think the bottom four. Something has to happen there. Ribombee, Basculin, Cypher, Krakola. Something has to change there. Like, change these four for some, like a decent grass type. A decent fairy. And you might already be good. Maybe a better fire type as well. Wait, Krakola is... No, Rouge is there. Never mind. So yeah. Bulky Water. Oh yeah, and the Bulky Water. Damn, that's a tough order for just, like, these amount of points. Nah, there needs to be some stuff going on for me to like this team. Next up! Miami Donphans, Kyle A, Alone Ninetales, Mew, Rillaboom, Hisui, Colossal, Palderin, Taurus, Aqua, Riverroom, Gligar, Bellibolt, Beartic, Noctowl, Roaring Moon. I remember this team from my first attempt of recording this, because this is like this is a weird ass team. What is Noctowl doing there? What is Noctowl doing in general? Beartic, yeah, I can see the snow. Bellibolt, weird mon, but I respect Bellibolt to be fair. Bellibolt can be fun. Gligar, I hate Gligar without rules. Gligar sucks. Riverroom, I hate Riverroom. Riverroom sucks. Colossal, I hate Colossal. Colossal sucks. Colossal is basically Claydol 2.0. You want a spinner? Back in the day you picked Claydol and it sucked. This kind of day you pick Colossal and it will suck. So yeah. Let's go over the course though. Fairy and Alone Ninetales. Not a bulky fairy, but at least a fairy. Then Dragon of Roaring Moon, pretty good dragon. Steel type, Riverroom, bleh. Bleh! Fire, Water, Grass. Grass, Rillaboom, pretty good grass. Fire is Colossal. And Water type? Palderin Aqua. Okay, never mind. It's Aqua. Taurus Palderin Aqua. Okay. So that's fine. Barring the Colossal, of course. So, Colossal has Terra. Yes, it's held a lot back by its typing, so changing that could make it decent. But I don't know if you want to use Terra to make a bad mon decent. Like, you rather use like a Terra to make like an awesome mon more awesome, or like a good mon awesome. I don't think using Terra to make a mon decent is a good idea. Bellibolt, I respect the Bellibolt. I'm fine. That's fine. I want to see what it can do. Beartic, I respect a lot in the sun as well. It makes sense with Terra, just sweep through the teams. I have no idea what Noctowl does. Let's see hazard removal. Colossal spins, Gligar doesn't get defog, I think. Noctowl gets defog, so that's what it does? Got Noctowl picked for hazard removal? Kyle, what are you doing? There are so many other... I mean, it's second last pick, so maybe there wasn't anything around, but then pick your hazard removal earlier. If you have to rely on Colossal and Noctowl, something's going wrong. Hazard setting. We got Mew with all the hazards, Colossal with all the hazards, Weatherroom gets some hazards. So that hazard setting is fine. Removing is going to be tough. Speed tiers. Zorak, Moon. It's like the fast boys and Horse Baldea is in the 100 range. Same with Mew. Low 9 kills like 109, I think. So that should be fine. So this is a weird team. Very weird team. So it has the screen support, so Roaring Moon loves the setup, so I can see that. But the rest? Do you want to set up a Weather Room? Is that a thing? Is that why you want to set up Ninetales for? To go into Weather Room, click Shift Gear? And that's not even a Terramon? I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this. Mew wants to do setup shenanigans. This is like a weird team. There's like a lot of mons which can do weird stuff. And can catch the opponent off guard. But it's a fun team. I have to give it that. That's a very fun team. But is it a good team? And I have to say no to that. And I have to say very no to that. Next up. York Marauders and Druby. Waukeagon Wakes, Mimikyus, Iron Trance, Scizor, Arcanine, Sableyes, Pheasant Deputy, Waukeagon, Electrode, Slowpoke, Conkeldurr, Trevenant. First of all, Pheasant Deputy. I am a non-believer in Pheasant Deputy. It's the first time people use it in these leagues now. Maybe it turns out to be a good fairy. I hate it. I looked at it and I'm like, what does it actually do? It's like it can do a lot of stuff decent, but there's nothing it excels at. And I hate that. Next, let's look at the cost actually though. Steel, Iron Treads, Dragon Salamence, Fairy, Pheasant Deputy. If Pheasant Deputy turns out to be a good fairy, awesome core. Pheasant Deputy turns out to be a terrible fairy, it's a decent core. No, it's still not terrible, it's a decent core, just with like a bad fairy. Then, Fire, Water, Grass. We got Water and Waukeagon and Grass as well. And secondary Water and Slowbro. I like that. Good job, Ruby. I hate when people draft their water type, but it's only an offensive water type. You want your water type to be bulky. You want a bulky water type. At least I want that. And you probably as well. Look at that. Then Grass type, another Grass type, Trevenant. Trevenant, I'm actually a believer. Trevenant and Fire and Hisman Arcanine. Okay, the cores are there. The cores exist. The cores are fine. So let's look at hazards. Iron Treads, Rapid Spin, Rocks. Does get Hisman Arcanine get Rocks? Maybe? Actually don't know. Never seen it use Rocks. You just want to click Head Smash with that and other moves. But that's it. Okay, that's the problem. Iron Treads is a great mon at clicking Rapid Spin and setting up Rocks. But to get the full 16-point value of Iron Treads, you want to use other sets as well. You want to use Boost Energy. You want to maybe a Choice variant. Maybe some other shenanigans. But if you only use Treads to spin and set up Rocks, and then maybe Earthquake knockoff shenanigans, yes, it's going to do that well. I don't think that's worth 16 points. So I think I have that problem in GBA in many matches, that if I want to use like a different Iron Treads, I'm struggling to find out, okay, where do I put Rocks, where do I put Hazard Removal? And I think that team's gonna have that problem. Next up, Speed Tiers. Waukeagon, Salamence, Electrode very quick, but the drop from Electrode to the next one is pretty big. Iron Treads in the 100 range as well, so would love something a bit higher there. The Terra types, Electrode, once again, big surprise, big shocker. Shocker, you get it, because of Electric type. Have Electric type, slap Terra Ice on that bitch, and it's gonna perform well. There we go. Terra Grass, so it's an Hisui Electrode as well. So, is it just the meta right now? Just draft the fast Electric and make it Terra Ice? It's a bit boring, I think, but it's definitely effective, so I can see that. I mean, I probably would do that as well. Like, what other options are there? Probably good to add that as a Terramon. So, and then you have Terra Trevenant. I respect that. I like Trevenant actually. With Terra Fairy, that thing can do some stuff. I don't know why Terra Fire, but to be fair, I wouldn't know from the top of my head what third typing I would do there. So, yeah. Good there. Now, Grounded Poison, Pheasant Deputy, Dark type and low kicks. Ground immunities, we have Mr. Mance, and that's it. Trevenant as a resist. Is ground a problem for this team? Iron Tread's weak, Hisui Arcanine is weak, Electrode is weak. Potentially. So, if the fairy turns out to be bad, that's like, we don't know yet. Maybe Pheasant Deputy is bad. Then, Dark and Fighting is what we have to look at. Dark, resist, low kicks, and Conk. Conk is good, low kicks don't really, you don't really want to switch it into many dark moves. Fighting resists. Salamence with Intimidate, pretty nice. Slowbro, awesome. Turn immunity. Okay, fighting is not a problem. Anything else? I'm looking at this team and no, this is a decent team. There's like I would use it as is probably. There's something that would change. Pheasant Deputy is a bit, I'm not a believer. Hisui Arcanine is pretty strong and nice and good. But I'm not a believer in that as well, but I would use it, I would try it out. I think that's a good team. I think Ruby, that's the team I would use. Next up, Nice, Jynx, and Bephesto, Soon Samurott, Zapdos, Cinderace, Scizor, Florges, Gengar, Xanaconda, Passimian, Dragonite, Serena, Farigiraf, Farigiraf, the Giraffe boy. So, course. Steel, Scizor, Fairy, Florges, Dragonair. Yeah, that's no, that's a problem. Next up, Fire, Cinderace, Grass, Serena, Water, Soon Samurott. Okay, that's fine. That's a good core. I like that. But Dragonair is it the only dragon? No. It's 1.4 reason. I tried to use it with Terra normal. It doesn't get Earthquake. It sucks. It can't hit Steel types. And with Terra, Dragon, and Steel, it still can't hit Steel types. I think that's the problem. I think Dragonair is bad. But we can talk about it later. If your Dragon is bad, you have problems with Electric, Fire, Water, Grass potentially. Next up, Dark type is Soon Samurott, Grounded Poison is Gengar. I'm not a Gengar believer, but it does the job. Hazard option Samurott, of course, spikes it all up. Xanaconda is the only rocker. Yeah. I mean, at least it's a Terramon, so probably... Because if it's the only rocker, you probably want to bring it every week. Because, I mean... Or do you only rely on spikes? No, you do want rocks. Like, spikes is rather the thing you can't ignore, and you always want rocks in each matchup, most likely. So at least it's Terra, so you can always make some kind of Xanaconda set when in doubt with Terra to make it happen, to have it do a good job and set up rocks and do other things as well. Passimian, I think, can be fun as a Terramon. It's like just very strong close combats, nice ice coverage now and ground coverage with the things. Dragonair sucks, but it's only 1 point. Yeah, speed tier, Cinderace is fast, Gengar is 1 of 10, and then we go to Samurott, that's fine. Not awesome, but fine. So let's look. Ground Poison we have, Dark type we have as well. So now, with your, let's see, Electric. What's your Electric switch in? Xanaconda, Serena. Decent, not good, but decent. Then Fire switch in. Your Fire switch in is Soon Samurott, Cinderace. That's it. Soon Samurott and Cinderace. Both not very Pokemon. So I think like a strong Fire type could be problematic. They be it Flare Blitz, be it Overheat, whatever it clicks. I think that's gonna be annoying for this team. Then Grass type, switch in Zapdos, Cinderace, Scizor. Yeah, there's already enough. Gengar as well. There you go. So you have Grass, not a problem. Water switch ins. Water switch ins. Water switch ins. Water resists. Serena? Serena the only one, and Samurott. Both physical, so now that Scald is more of a thing, that can be definitely annoying as well. I hate the Dragonair. Like, drop Ferrarigraph, and Dragon... Maybe you can get another Dragon, but yeah, it is... I think with a different Dragon, this could be a cool team. But as is, I would not want to use this. I'm sorry, Flamefesto, you go to this pile. Next up. Philadelphia Stunkys, Garchomp, Masquerade, Nomos, Cannon, Monkey Dory, Bronzong, Umbreon, Talonflame, Bramble, Gascoda, Basque Legion, female. Look at the course. Garchomp, awesome dragon, Enamorous, good fairy. I learned to prefer bulkier fairies, but still a good one. And Steel, Bronzong, awesome steel type, so a good core there. Then Masquerade, awesome grass, Bramble, even a secondary grass. Then Talonflame is a fire type, and Water, Basque Legion, female. Probably would want a different bulky water, because Basque Legion is bulky, so I give it that. And it's offensive as well, and it's a water type, so... But is it really a bulky water type, if you know what I mean? Like, it's bulky and a water type, but is it really a bulky water type? If you don't know what I mean, look at that. Speed tiers. We got Masquerade, which is quick. Talonflame is quick. Then comes Garchomp and Enamorous. That's fine. That's good. Hazard removal and hazard setting. Garchomp sets them. Bronzong sets them. Talonflame, Bramble-Gas remove them. Bramble-Gas, I love that Bramble-Gas gets now Poltergeist. That's a legit mon. Very nice there. So I think, in between Bramble-Gas and Talonflame, you probably one of the two can always come in a match. So I think you'll find with hazard removing. Hazard setting is good. The offense is good. We have a dark type. We have a grounded poison. Do we have a grounded poison? Monkidori, yeah. Monkidori is a grounded poison. So Basque Legion, I'm not content with it as a water type. So let's look at ice switches. Ice is Monkey. We have Bronzong. Bronzong is the only real ice switch on that, but Bronzong is pretty good. So I think it's fine. Water switch ins. Bramble-Gas, yeah, both grass types. Terra types, Umbreon. Umbreon as a fairy is gonna be a pain in the nut to break. So I love that. Good job there. Gerda, I can leave or take. I think baby Conkeldurr, you don't like Not a fan of you. I guess it's a fighting type, which this team otherwise wouldn't have. And with Terra Fighting, it can hit as strong as like a fully evolved fighting type, I guess. I love Terra Umbreon, Terra Gerda I'm not too hot on, but I like the course, I like the moving, I like the setting of hazards, I like the speed tiers. I think this actually, I think this is a top tier team. I rank this as top tier. So 2 admins so far being top tier teams. I mean, they probably made the tier list, so they probably already knew how to take advantage of whatever's there. So yeah, good job drafting you two. Next up, Pittsburgh Pichus and Nexus, Iron Valiant, Ogerpon, Coaster, Mice, Mandibus, Elomola, Hizun, Electrode, Hippowdon, Houndstone, King Gambit, Iron Moth, Sandslash. Once again, I'm tired of seeing them, but they're probably very good. Fast Electric with Terra Ice, why not? This time it's Hizun Electrode edition. Then, let's look at the course. Iron Valiant, of course. Nexus, you don't give up. You want to use Valiant. It has a cool design, I get it. This time it actually might work out, who knows. But okay, we got Valiant as a fairy, probably not a bulky one, but who knows what else is there. Can you have it as a steel? Where's the dragon? No dragon? Am I missing something? No dragon. Okay, no dragon typing. So we have to once again look at grass, electric, fire, water. Then grounded poison in nothing. Poison. That's a problem as well. Dark type King Gambit, good there. Fire, water, grass core. We have Ogerpon is grass, and Motor's water, pretty nice. And fire Iron Morph. That's good as well. Iron Morph is ground poison. Never mind. We are good on ground poison. It's okay. Course looking decent. Not as bulky fairy, so we have to look at fighting in dark as well, and the no dragon thing. So let's do that first. Speed tiers first. Iron Valiant is a fast boy. So it's a super fast boy. Iron Morph is decently fast. Ogerpon is decently fast. Yeah, hazard setting and removing. Mandibus good defogger. Hippowdon sets them. House I think can set them. King Gambit can set them as well. So I think setting, at least the rocks are there. I would love to have some more. Sandslash gets spikes, but would love to get some more options. Sandslash in the oh yeah, House of course the Sandra as well. So now this makes sense as a Terra Cap as well. So I like the Terra Caps. Even though the fast electric Terra Ice thing is a bit boring, it's very good. Houndstone, Sandrush with Terra Ghost, stuff like that. I like it. Yeah, hazard removing is there with Rapid Spin and Defog. Mandibus not Defog most of the time, but in most scenarios you can put some kind of defensive or especially defensive Mandibus, which works. But now let's look at fighting resist. Fighting resist because of no bulky fairy. Houndstone. That's a problem. Dark type resists Mandibus, King Gambit. Okay, that's like better because Mandibus is gonna be come to most of the matches either way because of defog. Like this is a fighting we keep, I would assume, because Valiant doesn't take it well, and then we got Houndstone, which most likely is gonna be a more offensive switch. And if it's gonna be physically bulky, like it won't have Sandrush. If it would have Fluffy, then yeah, it's physically bulky as well, like very physically bulky. But team doesn't have a dragon, so an extra fire weakness, I don't know if is that good. So let's look at fire switch-ins, and a Mamona, nice there. Iron Morph, okay, fire switch-ins are good enough. Water switch-ins, Almamola, soon Electrode. That's a bit annoying potentially, especially if soon Electrode wants a Terra. It's not a good switch into water anymore. Almamola's gonna do some heavy lifting. I like the slow momentum from Mandibus and Elemola though, like having these and slow baton, slow you turn out into threats like Valiant or Morph and then just opponent shitting their pants. I like that. Then look at electric switch-ins. He has 2 ground types, so I think 2 ground types and soon Electrode, so I think that's fine there. And last but not least, we have fire, water, electric, what I forget, grass switch-ins are usually not a problem, and this team not with Mandibus, King Gambit, stuff like that. Iron Morph, yeah. I like this team. Is it top tier? I actually, like, if I could, I would put it in between here. If I could. But is it, like, I said the same with Joy. Is it better than Joy's team? Or at the same level as Joy's team? I'm not sure. So I would put it here in between, but I think it's, if I have to choose, I would put it here. But yeah, I think you're out of these teams, I think this might be the best. Next up. Diego Chimchargers and MV, Ursula, Blood Moon, Sneasel, Manaphy, Galera, Weezing, Hisoon, Gudra, SPL, Founders, and Canada, Donphans, Sneasel, Delibird. course, let's go quick. We got Galarian Weezing as a fairy, we got a Singudra as steel and dragon type. Good, a nice core there, like both of these mons. Then fire water grass. We got Manaphy as a water. No fire, no grass type. Okay, that's rough. You can check if that makes him too weak to specific typing later on. Then let's look at hazard options. We got Weezing, I think it's Toxic Spikes. The Donphans gets rocks. That's it, and that's not much. That's kind of sad, because Galarian Weezing, like the Donphans, he liked using the Donphans, but it had Terra in the GBA. So this time it's non-Terra. I don't know if it's going to be added as effective there. Hazard removing, Galarian Weezing gets Defog, and Delibird gets Rapid Spin. So that's it, I think. So that's rough as well. So not really great hazard setting and hazard removing. And we might plan to play around a lot with Magic Mount Espeon to just set up hazards and basically quote-unquote remove them by not allowing them to be set up. Sneasler, does he have some kind of terrain? Does Galarian get Vista terrain? Galarian Weezing? Actually not sure about that. It might have. It might have it. But I'm not sure. Terra types Espeon, yeah, it's a, I can see it as an evolution which gets Terra Fairy. It is done, it's more offensive. I can see it, it's nice. Sneasel and Sneasel actually. Okay, yeah, that's pretty funny. I can give Emmy that. That's pretty cool. Sneasel as Terramon, so it's basically with the extra power it maybe is like Weavile. Who knows? But it can hit with fire and fairy as well. I don't know how important that is, because usually the dark ice coverage is already good enough. But really taking away weakness that way might help. So like with Violet being bulky, setting an SD or shenanigans like that, I don't know really. That's a bit of a question mark, Terra Sneasel. I'm unsure how much I like that. It might be good, but it might just not be worth it. Other than that, no grass type, maybe weak to rock. Let's weak to ground. We got Weezing with Levitate potentially. Incarnate, Thunderous Incarnate. So not awesome. Not awesome. No fire type, maybe weak to fairy, maybe weak to fire. Fairy resists the Weezing. Only the Weezing. Okay, there's a lot of pressure on Weezing for a lot of types already. And then we got fire potentially. Manaphy, great resist. Only Manaphy, right? Yeah, only Manaphy. Okay, that's a weird team. That's a weird team. Speed tier, Sneasel is quick. Sneasel is quick. Manaphy space 100. First Encounter is around the 100 range as well with 101. Speed tiers are fine. Grounded poison. So if Galarian Weezing can be a grounded poison, but if it's not a grounded poison, the only ground immunity is in Thunderous, which doesn't like the Edgequake combination, which is the most common combination of a mon which uses Earthquake well. So that's tough. Dark types exist in Sneasel, for example. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's a weird team. Envy, once again, you have done it. You drafted a team I don't like. I think you never drafted a team I enjoy, but like I said, I'm only ranking the teams because Envy obviously did well in leagues, like in close to all of them. I don't know if anyone in any particular one did bad. So he knows how to use this stuff. I don't. I hate this. But Envy, you might love it. But for you, it's not a total dumpster fire, but it's not good. I don't like it. Draft something else. There we go. Top Texas Sableyes with it. Chiyu, Goldengo, Greninja, Clevo, Regieleki, Cyclizar, Namotherian, Nabamasnow, Hisuian, Decidueye, Spidops, and Golem. Of course, Goldengo, Steel, Cyclizar, Dragon, and Namotherian, Fairy. It's good. It's decent. I don't like an Namotherian. I loved it at the beginning of in theory, but then I saw other people use it and how well it takes hits, and it doesn't take hits that well, like you would imagine from the stats. Then we got Fire, Water, Grass. Chiyu, good Fire, Greninja. Do we have another bulky Water 2 Greninja maybe? No, sadly not. I would love to have that, but let's see. Grass, a Bamsnow. Not that great of a grass as well, but it does the job. Hazard setting. Greninja does all kinds of hazards. Cleaver does the rock thing. Cyclizar removes them. Decidueye defogs them, and Spidops does the hazard thing as well. Golem as well, but I don't really know what Golem is doing here. It's a rock type, yes, it doesn't exist there. Oh, yes, Cleaver is a rock type. I have no idea what Golem is doing here. It's a ground type? Does he not have ground type otherwise? Is it his only ground type? It is his only ground type. Dang! So people are gonna be volt switching all around this team. Otherwise Golem comes, and then you brought a golem. You're basically already playing with only 5 months. So yeah, that's definitely going to be a problem. Speed tiers, Scizor, Ninja are fast boys, Chio at the around 100 mark. Regieleki is super fast boy. Yeah, speed tiers are fun. Not awesome, but fine, I think. I mean, something between like the fast boys and the Chio I would love. Like a 110, 105, something like that. Terramons, Obama Snow, yeah, it's held back a lot by its typing, so being able to terror that makes sense. Actually makes it a good mon, I think. Because, yeah, I think Obama Snow with like reliable recovery, a Aurora Veil, all this good stuff it can do as a bulky water makes sense there. So I like the Terra Captain there, because I was complaining a bit about not having a bulky water with Ninja as offensive water. So the Decidueye, I guess is the only Terramon which made sense for him, which was allowed. But I'm not a fan of Decidueye. The Ghost type is funny, it just wants to be regular Decidueye basically. Cyclizar does good hazard removing. Yeah, hazard removing is fine. Hazard setting as well. That's I like that at least. So with any typing grounded poison exists in not nowhere poison? No. I don't like that. So toxic spikes. So people are saying this is a team. I would just think toxic spikes and then like a scarf electric type and then go from there. Just really force toxic chip, volt switch chip, and then some heavy hitters here and there which I get momentum with. Yeah, I don't like this team. Stop. Like get a grounded poison and other dark type. Ground type and golden. Drop side ups, for example. Assuming the Decidueye you can get rid of as well, but then you need another hazard remover. I think a few trades and this might be a decent team, but like that, you go there. Next up, Waukeagon Wakes and Danny. Waukeagon Wake, Ogerpon, Tiamat, Jirachi, Okidogi, Sylveon, Sandysharks, Charizard, Ninetales, Victory, Driftblim, Makago, Ferret. Of course, we gotta have a weather team. So yeah, we got Waukeagon Wake with Sun. Very nice. Waukeagon Wake got nicely buffed with Flip Turn and Knockoff. I love to see that. Ogerpon, Tiamat. Let's do it in order. Of course. Waukeagon Wake, Jirachi, Sylveon. Premier. Fire, Fairy, Dragon, Steel Core, like that. Then Fire, Water, Grass. We got Waters 2 times in Tier Mask and Waukeagon Wake. Fires, we got a bunch. We got 3 Fire types. And we got 1 Grass type in Victory Bell, which doesn't resist ground, which is most of the time what you want your Grass type to do. So, let's see. Ground resists. The immunities are Charizard and Driftblim, it seems. And other than that, no resists. And a few weaknesses. So, ground spam is pretty strong versus this team. That's something. Oh, Tier Mask, of course, with this rock as well. But it's not that bulky. It's a grass as well. I forget that to mention. Yeah, of course. I always forget that these things I have grass type as well. So maybe not as big of a problem as I might make it out to be. Personally, I'm not a fan of weather teams, especially like heavy weather teams like this. If I'm looking at the weather team, I would like to look at okay, what happens if I don't bring weather or my weather gets denied. Like which mons do well outside of weather. Waukeagon Wake. With Knockoff Flip Turn, I think that's decent outside of weather. It's still a good mon. Ogerpon Timas, of course, actually doesn't want the sun. Jirachi does good without sun, actually doesn't want the sun either to not have like stronger fighting with this. Okidogi does good out of sun, Sylveon does good outside of sun, Sandysharks does good outside of sun. But the bottom 6 mons, like basically all want sun. I mean, I guess Ferret, but it's a Ferret. So like, I mean, for Ferret it doesn't matter if sun there or not, it's still a Ferret. Driftblim works side of sun, but it's not really a great mon, so... Yeah, it's on the cusp of being the weather team I might like, but as it stands here, let's look at hazards by the way as well. Jirachi rocks, Sandysharks, all kinds of hazards. Makago sets up rocks. Does Victory Bell get toxic spikes? Maybe. Hazard removal. Does Charizard get defog? Is there even hazard removal on his team? Charizard gets defog. Different gets maybe defog. I don't know, but both are not options you really want to use. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this squad. At the bottom, like these heavy, like Victory Bell, Charizard, Makago. I don't even know if Makago cuts it over. Victory Bell and Charizard mainly. Like these mons which you pick because of sun. I mean, Charizard can do fun outside of sun as well. Like heavy duty boots, these like Moltres, Talonflame type mons from typing wise, they are fine. They can be fun. But it's like very heavy on sun, I think. There's some ones which don't like sun. I'm unsure about this draft. I don't like it. I don't really know. I probably, for me to like it, you would have just dropped this. Like, you want still Ninetales, but drop the Charizard, Victreebel, Makago, Shenanigans, Furret, and get some other mons. That's a lot of points to get back. Get some good hazard removal with that, and go from there. Then you still have Sun, like, maybe keep the Victreebel. Because Terra, Victreebel, of course, Terra, Sun, Rain, Snow Sweepers, whatever, they are good. Keep Victreebel. Drop Charizard, drop Makago, drop Furret, that's how many points? That's 10 points. For 10 points there has to be like some kind of hazard removal, right? And then you can Terra, I don't know, Driftblim maybe. Like Driftblim, like you can unburden Terra Shenanigans. Like that's my advice. But yeah, as it is, not enjoying this team. It goes here, to the good as well. You can actually see it, there it is. Okay, that's it, that's the video. This is my tier list, guys. Let me know in the comments if you agree or not. If you don't agree, just look at the hat. You see the hat? There you go. And yeah, very subjective, of course. I'm sorry for people which might be offended by this, but I mean, yeah, that's part of the full course. If you allow people to tier your things, you might be tiered lower than you want. So that's the thing. And yeah, that's it. If you want me to do something for your league, let me know. I kind of enjoy analyzing drafts, what people do and stuff like that. And yeah, if you don't mind me hating on your draft, then that's a thing. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe. You know the deal. Hit me up on Twitter, link in the description, and I'll see you another time. Ciao.